Hello all, and welcome back to Small Grid Only. Today we are back at it. We're going to be working on the second module for our spaceship slash station. And I think today what we're going to be building is a bit of a hub module. We kind of need a place to respawn up there, and we need an airlock so we can get in and out of the ship. And I would like to add a cryopod. We haven't been using those yet, but when I get to space I'm going to want to use them. So I just think thematically it goes well with space travel. So those are a couple of the requirements. I'm also going to have multiple ports on this because it is a hub, so I can attach other modules in the future to upgrade the ship. I don't think this is going to be our main hub module because I think eventually we'll build a larger one, but for now it's going to be our starter hub. Now for a second there I was like, wait, where did my ship go? I forgot I parked it back here. So we're going to bring this down, we're going to park it, and we're going to build off of this just like we did last time. And we will start refueling this right away because that was really annoying to have to do after everything last time. Ooh, that strong signal is super close. We haven't gone to a strong signal yet. And that one's definitely falling onto the planet. You know, we got 14 minutes. Is that long enough to get there? We haven't done this yet. This is a complete distraction. Of course, immediately after logging in and getting ready to play, there's a distraction, but we haven't gone to one of these, and I think it might have valuable stuff. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go right there. Oh, look at this. It's a roller. I think it's stuck here, though. Oh, gosh. All this way to get trolled by a roller. It's gonna die. It's gonna go down this giant cliff and die. Okay, or not. No. A wood drill. Probably not worth it. We got one. It wasn't exciting, but we got one. This base is gonna die. They have a single power source. One that got struck by lightning. This is Gonzo. Let's see if they have anything good for me. Hey, they have a metal grid. Oh, and they have gold ore. I don't want gold ore, I want gold. They actually have a bunch of stuff that I can't build, so we're gonna take all this. Make my trip worthwhile. Alright. Pretty good haul. Glad I stopped. Let's keep moving. My inventory is so full that I can't even drop this stuff off. Gosh, I have way too much ice. I need to just turn on all of my H2O2 generators. I need to transfer a bunch of ice from here onto there. For now, we're just going to dock this back up with that one. Alright. So now these tanks should fill from all the O2 generators on that. And I think what I might do is just build right off with it all attached like this. I shouldn't, because I'm gonna have to drive the rover around a whole bunch to mine stone at some point. But maybe I can get this attached nicely. Alright, now we will lock that. Okay, well, this technically works. It's not beautiful. I'm going to line this up a little bit better. Alright, so now it's stable here. I can attach the back to the rover whenever I need to, and I can build off of it. So let's get this hub module going. Alright, we got the merge block, and we will do the exact same setup as before. Alright, that's what the entranceways always look like. Very good. Now I'm just going to lay some floor. How much distance should I have between the things? I think that's going to depend on conveyor system, because I'm going to have to pipe conveyor underneath this one if it's going to be a hub. Because some modules will need conveyor access. I think the way I wanted to do that is probably like this. Let's see, what is the most efficient way to use these? Perhaps I should figure out how wide I want the central region to be. Oh, that's going to be a lot of small tubes. I hope I have enough tubes for this. I didn't even think about that. Reassessing our situation here. What if I do a very small one? It's going to be too small if I do very small. What if I just do a three-way one? Three-way. I'm thinking the front is going to be the direction I'm facing. So if I stand in the middle of this module, forwards will be that way. I will have connector, 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 and behind me I'll have an airlock. That's what I think I'm going to do now, just to cut down on this under piping that I need. And this will be fine, actually, because this is a T-shaped. The large cargo container has 3 large openings. Let's make sure we get those in the right direction. We have 3 large openings and 1 small opening. This is just going to be feeding into cryo, the small opening, so I don't have to worry about that. And the small opening will be enough for us to look down, click on it, and access the big cargo container, which is perfectly acceptable. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then the door. That's the door, and then we want 3 on the other side of that door. And that spreads out our wings on this thing much better, so that the side modules are not running into stuff. I'm just going to make this symmetrical so that when I'm working on it, I don't go crazy.
No energy.
We are 100% full, so we can turn off all our H2O2 generators, which is awesome. We're ready to go to space already. And we can turn off all the hydrogen engines so that we aren't using up our fuel. Alright, now we have a better idea of the space we're working with. Something like that isn't bad. I can always convert these to cargo containers. I actually think it's... What's the PCU of a cargo container? It's actually less. Less PCU. And less materials for a cargo container too. That's very tempting to do. Just make all cargo containers instead of these. So let's just do that. It takes less PCU and less materials. There's really not much reason we need these to specifically be conveyors and not just cargo containers. I guess we're kind of making a cargo module. We're making a hub module, but because of the nature of what I need, it's turning out to be also a cargo module. which is perfectly good, perfectly fine. We need that as well. Now this, I do think I'm going to add some utility stuff onto the bottom of this, just so that I have bare minimum of what I'm going to need in space. I'm going to want a hydrogen engine. Well, I'm going to want an O2 generator and a hydrogen engine. But I bet what I can do... I want my O2 generator to be able to fill tanks. So I need to attach it to the large cargo system through a large connector. So we're not going to be able to do all cargo containers. I think I'm going to swap this one right here back to one of these, and that way I can put an O2 on the side there. And should I make it symmetrical? No, we'll do a battery on the other side. So shape-wise it's symmetrical, but it functions a little bit differently. Right now this is going to be our way of accessing our large cargo. It's just a little hole, but I think it's going to be alright. I'm going to use these blocks to plate this whole thing. Alright, that kind of takes care of that. Let's get these doors back in so I can see this space I'm working with. So this is how big the interior is going to be. That's not bad. I'm going to make this module taller than the other one. So it's going to be more like this. Oh, I need a respawn too. Respawn presents a problem because I want the survival kit piped in with large things so it can double as production. That does present a problem. Because I can't come off the back here then. Maybe we won't. Maybe this one won't work for production. Or maybe we have to make this a little more elaborate. Maybe I make staircase going down or something, and I have survival kit coming off of here. That would be interesting. I have survival kit on one side, cryo sleep on the other side. Again, that will make it more interesting, so let's experiment with that idea. The survival kit would have to be on this side, so that it's facing in. With, say, one of these, and then... Right, so if the cryo was there, how many steps down would it take? Assuming I step down there, there, there. It's a little bit awkward. A little bit awkward still. What if I use a ladder? It would have to be something like that if I use the ladder. Wait, why is it so long? What the hell? Why does that take up so much space? Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm definitely not doing that. If I put a ladder there, closest I can build to the ladder is right there. And this would be where I respawn, down in that hole. Where would I put my airlock then? And how would I put my cryo sleep in here? Two cryo sleep, medical. It's like the med pit. Oh man, not particularly attractive. However, if this ever lands on a moon or something, having my airlock down here might not be a terrible thing. Yeah, I think that's interesting. This is becoming much larger. This is going to end up being our main module. Just have this feeling. Hopefully we're able to lift this. This is going to be much larger than our last module. While we're doing this, we need to change that. Change that to one of those. And if we're doing that, we might as well change all of this. Put O2 like that. And put a battery there to match that. I might have to make an elevator, put an elevator in here, just so I don't have to use the ladder ever. I'll think about that. That's something I might change at some point. I do think I'm going to put my airlock down here though. Hey, the sun is back, and we're doing pretty good designing this. We have the shape kind of getting worked out. I'm kind of happy with it. We've got our airlock down here, so you walk in. You have cryo on the left, medical on the right. There will be a ladder here that no one will probably ever use. We'll use our jetpacks to go up it. We have access to large cargo right in the middle of our hub, right in the middle of all the doorways. Up top here, we're going to have some relaxing living space, basically, that goes around. We will have a module attached here, a module attached over on the other side here, and a module slot on the front. Now, I might add a module spot on the back right over the airlock, but I am not certain. If I do, that will be the power module, because the power module does not need to be hooked up with cargo, and these other ones have cargo hookups. Power module is just solar and batteries, and it wouldn't be a terrible thing to have out the back, but it also wouldn't be bad to just have some nice windows kind of looking out in one direction. So I'm not certain with that yet. We will probably decide that soon, but not just yet. At this point, I began the seemingly endless cycle of running out of materials, having to go mine rocks, coming back, welding while I wait for the rocks to get turned into more materials, then placing things and looping over and over and over again. We have begun welding, and of course we're out of energy right away. That's going to be the theme of this for a little bit. I decided to definitely put a fourth merging port on the back of this, right above the airlock. That is where I'm going to attach the power module. Someone's excited to have uranium. Kind of understand that feeling sometimes though. When you're playing in space and you haven't found uranium and you've checked about 100 asteroids, that feels bad. Almost as bad as welding up a small grid ship with a hand welder. Gosh, I never do this. I design, normally when I'm playing, I design my ships in creative, and then I use a projector to project it, and I weld it with a large grid welder, because a large grid welder can weld a large grid block's worth of distance in front of it, and that is 5 small grid blocks, so it's very easy to weld up small grid stuff with large grid welders. Very, very easy. Compared to what I'm doing, which is extremely slow and tedious. Alright, we've gotten quite a ways. Lots of welding left to do. Definitely some shaping and figuring out windows and making this feel nice inside. I do want to put in some chairs, and maybe some other decorations for sure. Some like lounging area, but This is going to be mostly a functional part. Maybe I'll add a habitat dome or a habitat module. This will remain a fairly functional module. I really hope once this is all welded up I can lift it. I'm a little bit concerned about that. It is looking good so far though. Hopefully it's comfortable to walk around in. I think it's going to be kind of uncomfortable without a gravity generator. Perhaps that'll be my one block that I'm lenient about and I allow myself to super grid into here. Some sort of gravity generator would be very nice for sure. So I'll think about that. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. But we're going to take a break for a little bit. It's too bad because it's sunny out, but I've been doing this for quite a while and I have to go do other things with my life, unfortunately. So I'll be back and we'll keep working on this. Alright, we're back and everything's still here, which is wonderful. Not that I was expecting it not to be here, but it's always nice when it is here. And of course we're out of materials, so we're going to have to go do some mining to start. Ugh, that is so slow and awkward, but it's functional. And also I can just fly up here, but I can walk up now if I absolutely have to. Out of energy again. Ship is slowly coming together. Very, very slowly. And then I'm going to have to paint it. And I've kind of been decorating as I go, but I'm still going to have to paint a whole bunch once I'm done. And then pray that I can actually lift this with the thrusters I have. I was able to lift the last one very comfortably, so I'm hoping that this one is okay. Moderately okay. Alright, back to welding. It's looking pretty good so far. We've gotten quite a ways. We have to work on the top now. And I'm considering sliding this corner to the left one, just to make the corners uniform. That would line this corner up with that wall properly. And it would also give me space between the door and when these three windows start, which could be not terrible. And I'll line the windows up with the openings here so you can kind of look straight through the whole thing, which I think might be a nice effect. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I just placed all these blocks. All these blocks by the window here. This whole corner I just placed. So it's kind of sad having to tear all of it out now with a bad grinder, but you gotta do what you gotta do to make things look nice. The sun is coming up and we are opening our solar panels. I'm still loading into the game, so we're just going to take a look around for a little bit. We've got exterior shaping to do. We have to do this corner. The inside is okay so far. I have to deal with all this nonsense. I have to tear up the edges, weld underneath it. You come down here, we've got our respawn and our cryo, our airlock, and then outside, which everything looks decent. I'm going to add trimming to a lot of these edges just to get rid of the gray bars on the edges that I can't stand. And by trimming I mean probably just using half slabs. Gosh, I'm talking like I'm playing Minecraft now. Using the half armor blocks. Yep, still loading in. And we'll smooth that out with those, which I think will look good. Oh, we got a bit of a spike there. Did we finish? Okay, we finished loading in. Now we can actually place blocks again. You know, I just realized if I want to make this universal, I should move these out one. So I'm going to go around and do that to all of these things. Alright. I'm out of interior plate and steel plate. I can't eke around this any longer. I have to go mining again. No, let's not mine. Let's weld. Trying to avoid mining as much as possible. Well, I thought last time was going to be the last mining run I had to do for this module, but I guess I was wrong. Somehow I managed to use all the resources already. So we're at it again. Hopefully this one will be the last time. And now we're done. So back to parking the rover, which turns out to be a lot smoother than I thought it would be. Alright, we're back. Time to keep building. Yeah, this is why I took all that glass from the other bases, because I knew I was going to be building something like this in the future, and I knew I was going to want to have a lot of windows. While we're thinking of it, I'm going to use single panels. I think I used small ones before, but I might switch those to these tall ones, because I think it might be a little nicer. If nothing else, it's saving us 1 PCU. Doesn't seem like a lot now, but I'm sure at some point in this playthrough we're going to be scraping for that. At some point in this playthrough, I'm actually going to have to make friends so that I can build more. Excellent. Everything that has been placed has been welded. Now we just have to do the top of this. We're out of steel plate again. Gosh dang it, we were getting so close. Alright, let's go farm some more. Almost done with the hub module. Almost. I think it's ready to go. Let's see if we can lift it with our lifting ship. I really hope we can. If we can't, we'll just have to slap more upwards thrust on this. And that'll be that. We'll just have to do it. Let's blueprint this whole disaster. Drive our ship, our rover just a little bit forwards. The final detaching. And let's fan out these guys. It will be daytime here eventually, probably while we're up in space and coming back. At some point during that it'll become daytime. Alright, here goes nothing. We're going to try and take this up. It's probably going to tip forwards right away. We have inertial dampers off, turn them on, and unlock. Oh, we can go up. We can go up. This is great. I really hope we have enough fuel because we're not going to be landing this very well. If we don't have enough fuel to get to space, that would be super unfortunate. This is the heaviest thing we're going to be able to take up. But it's also the biggest thing probably because it's our hub module. We're not going to build another hub here on Earth. We might build one while we're in space or on a different planet, but we're not building one here. We will build a few other modules, but not another very large one. As I head up into space here, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying this video. And I also have a little announcement for anyone who is still hanging around, and that is I have a Discord server, which I just set up to go along with this channel. Not a whole lot is going on there as of yet, but if you want to stop by and hang out, there's going to be polls for video ideas, eventually community events, once we get enough people consistently online. And yeah, I kind of just figured it'd be fun to interact a little bit more with the community and do something fun with all of you. So I hope to see you over there. Alright, I'm getting a little bit worried about running into an asteroid or something, so we're going to start heading towards our destination from here. Okay, we've dropped that off. Looks good and stable. Let's detach this from the ground and then we will reattach this to the other one. Alright, it's unlocked. We'll grab that with our boot. Oh my gosh, the wobbles. I forgot my boot is on a piston, and there's a bunch of pistons and rotors on this thing too. If this doesn't explode, I'll be very happy. If it jiggles this much when it's flying around, I'm going to have to add merge blocks to all the different pieces so that they don't do that. Because that's going to be completely unacceptable while we're flying this station slash ship. I need to turn that merge block back on. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and park here for now, because now we can do that with this ship, and we can share hydrogen if we have to. Turn off the ship hydrogen thrusters as well. We're all merged up there. This no longer needs landing gear. We'll get rid of it. And unfortunately, I had all my doors open, so I didn't get any atmosphere in here. But I keep expecting there to be gravity. There's no gravity up here. Part of the reason having level floors is vital for this. We're not going to need that, and we can take this stuff too. It says my O2 is high in here, but I don't believe that. Alright, all my doors are closed. We are rubber banding like crazy. And I don't know why exactly, so I'm going to fly, and hopefully that helps fix the problem. We are able to make a single cryo, and we need this to be on. And we need to plop that timer block in here somewhere. Alright, we've got that survival kit on and functioning properly. Perhaps we should turn the air on to see if we're airtight. I mean, we have oxygen. I'm pretty sure this is bugged out though, just because it's a large interior. Look, I have O2 all the way out here. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately the oxygen is currently bugged out in this space. Any large interior space has a problem updating in this game with the oxygen levels. Any complex interior, and this is a fairly complex interior. It's not large as in volume, but it's complex because of all the different block shapes that are enclosing it. It has a hard time calculating whether or not the interior should be airtight, and so it just doesn't update properly. Now, when the server restarts, it should fix that, but it'll probably bug out fairly often, unfortunately. So, hopefully it doesn't bug out and tell us there is no oxygen. That would be kind of sad. No gravity. No gravity is going to be really annoying for this setup right here. I'll think about adding a gravity generator. I think it would be one of the few things that I will allow myself to build in large grid, and that's just so that we can walk around comfortably in our small grid ship here. And I really like the way this looks. I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks great. I'm very happy with how this turned out, the hub. I'm not sure what I'm going to build next, module-wise, but we've got 2 of them now, and our ship is slowly coming together. We have power production, we have a way to get to the other modules / some living area, respawn. This is also cargo. It's not a lot of cargo, but it's some cargo. Let's see how our batteries over here are. Our batteries over here are mostly charged, which is really good. Long ways from home. Long ways from home. Even further from everywhere else we're about to go, though. Alright, I think let's take one last look around here. Looks pretty good. I wish the sun was out, but there's nothing I can do about that. I think that is going to be pretty much all. This is the first episode where we will actually sleep in our cryo and not just kill ourselves, because I don't feel like flying back to the Earth right now. We will do that at the beginning of next episode, and we'll start on our next module. But for now, I'm going to go in here, hop in my cryo. We'll use the airlock as if it actually works. Eventually we'll have to automate that too, but I'm going to jump in here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a great time doing this. It took about 1,000 years to build this module, but the next one should be faster, and the next one after that should be fast too, and then I think at that point we're going to be heading off and going to the moon most likely. I'm not certain where I'm going to go next, but we will be leaving Earth for sure after the next 2 modules are built. So I look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one.